official nickname of Kevin Moon by his wife.
Yeah.
Slim Jim.
Is that your name?
Yeah, dude, she called me Slim Jim.
Can you elaborate the story, Joey?
Salty meat that doesn't last long.
Yeah.
All right.
You get a name for that?
Yeah, dude. I used to be called Squirrel when I was a kid, and I never understood it until I grew up, and I'm squirrely as fuck. It's all over the place, man.
All right. How'd you start in the music industry, and tell us a little bit about who you are.
I'm going to go first.
Because I don't want to.
Last, I guess. That's in my name?
Yeah.
God, I suck at this. What's up, guys? Chris Chapman from Winder, Georgia. I got started in music by really like an injury, like college football. I learned how to play guitar. And then I found out that you got free beer playing open mics in our little college town. And me and my buddy Joe Snyder started playing the shows and got stuck with it, I guess. So that's how I got into it, yeah.
Hi, my name is Ben Wilson. I'm singer-songwriter. So I started, I guess, playing music in middle school, started writing, did it through college because it was fun, and that's kind of how I learned to deal with life, I guess, writing songs. And then was going to teach and decided that I could make the same money not teaching and playing music, and I got a job in whiskey up here in Nashville when I moved up here, so whiskey and music really can't go wrong.
No, it's presidential right there, dude.
Give it time.
Shoot, man. I got started in music my name's Kevin Moon. I started doing music when I was 14 in church, playing guitar.
AKA Slim Jim.
Yeah. They call me Moon Man.
I remember that.
Yeah, then that is marketed in franchise, so if you use it, you will be subject to. Anyway,
you got the big words you don't know.
yeah, I forgot halfway through what I was saying. But no, I got into music in church. I started playing guitar, and kind of got away from it for a little while, for a few years, and kind of got back into it, picked it back up, and met a good buddy, Zach Smith, and also I met Chris way before I met Zach. But back then I was just doing bottoms up outdoors. I was still doing the hunting hats and stuff like that. That's when I met Chris. But ended up linking up with Chris again on a writer's retreat, and dude, we've just been hanging out ever since. We met Ben through J. Kyle, same way we went on the writer's retreat, J. Kyle went. But I met Ben, started hanging out with Ben, and started writing music. Met Justin through a buddy Liam, and I never really knew what to do with my words until I met these guys, and they helped me kind of figure it out and write some really good music. And I think 2025 is going to be awesome.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to blush. That was compelling.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to start over.
Yeah.
My name is Justin Corley. I started out in music when I was like 4 or 5. You know how back when they had like flip phones and they had like the preset ringtones? My dad had Bohemian Rhapsody on one of them, and I learned like that little snippet of the ringtone, and then the kids in the youth group at church used to make me sing Bohemian Rhapsody. I enjoyed it. Apparently I was decent at it, so, but
I'm just hearing it's only got to be that falsetto part too.
It is, dude. It was. Crushed it every time back then, and then puberty came. But I got my first guitar whenever I was 12 and was playing in church, grew up doing that, and was in the choir, and started playing bar gigs when I got into college, then dropped out and moved to Nashville, and here we are. I'm straight.
So breaking in the music industry is not easy. I know that, right? What are some of the struggles that y'all face starting out?
Where to start? Yeah, how do you even get into music at all, really? This was the hardest thing. I mean, I always sang, even back when I met you the first time, I was singing and stuff, and you're like, man, you should do that. And I'm like, I don't know how to. I really didn't. Like, I honestly didn't know. I mean, until I met Chris and Kyle and Ben and all these guys, like I didn't know how to book gigs or anything like that, and it takes a lot of motivation too.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest parts about it. It's like initially figuring out how to book your first gig and then how to go from there. And like that's something that I kind of still am not good at. Like I suck at booking gigs.
Yeah.
Whether it be here in town or somewhere else, you know. So that's like an ongoing thing always.
I feel like it's easier to book shows though, saying you're from Nashville.
It definitely is.
Town, you know?
People eat
like,
that up.
yeah, like if I say I'm in Nashville now, like I'll book 2 shows in a weekend, like with a person instead of one single show on a Friday. Like I'll do a Friday and a Saturday, so it's worth the travel. I mean, I have a truck. It costs me, almost $200 in gas going back and forth to Georgia or wherever I play. So you got to think about that too.
Yeah, your electric car.
Dude,
Tough.
my grandfather would disown me.
Electric truck!
That's what Hank Jr. was singing about, right?
Yeah.
Electric vehicle.
This world's going to hell, man.
I mean, the biggest thing I think is having the courage to bet on yourself. There's a lot of people in all of our hometowns that had a similar dream that just never left home to chase it. And that's the biggest obstacle that anybody faces with having a dream like this, whether it's going to LA to try to act or New York to try and do Broadway or whatever, like moving to Nashville to write songs, like, are you going to bet on yourself enough and believe in yourself enough to actually do something about it? Or are you just going to be that guy that's Uncle Rico and that man back in 82 coach put me in, we took state, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Always talking about it, but
Yeah.
that's funny.
Dude, there's a lot of things like that. Even like, I remember working construction one day and I showed a guy a singing video of me and he was like, stick to your day job. He literally said that. It's like, that's rough, for a 20-year-old kid, that is no motivation at all. That's
It
like,
sucks.
yeah, that's like, dude, kick rocks. Like, I hope you step on a Lego.
People tell me all the time, but I'm just a DJ. I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to say.
There was this one time when we first moved, we were playing out at one of the country clubs. And there was like one of the songwriters that's made a bunch of money and all that. I played him one of my originals. And he literally told me, that sucks, you need to rewrite that. Nobody's ever going to listen to that. I was like, damn, that's been out on Spotify for like 2 years. That's tough. But,
Dang, dude.
it's just part of it, I think. You got to roll with the punches with like, you take criticism from people, but at the same time, if it's not constructive, you just kind of shrug it off,
Well, I mean, the difference is just not quitting.
Yeah.
I think we all probably have spiral notebooks or files on our computer or phone or whatever that are just like, I never want anybody to hear or see that because that's just god awful. And I wrote that even 3 years ago or whatever. It's like, that's just bad because the beauty of a community like Nashville is you write with so many people, you get so much better, so quickly too that you can look back on some of those and be like, I'd have told me to keep my day job too.
What about you, Chris?
I think there's like, I don't know the question, so I'm just gonna freeball here. I think there's a big difference in like doing music and doing music. You know what I mean? Like, so I thought,
Not at all.
Nah,
no, chill.
let him
So
do
like
it.
with doing music, you got your like. So I think we all started out posting videos. I think we all still post videos, but like everybody posts videos. I feel like not everybody's out playing, gigging, moving to Nashville. That's what I consider doing music. Like I don't know. I whine about being successful all the time to people that wish they could do what I was doing at this point. You know what I mean? Like, so like at the same time, like man, I wish I was on the road again, like opening for these guys again. And they're just like, man, I wish I could book a show or something, and like, so I'm like, so like, but that's also where like Kevin, I kind of swept him up, and I was like, hey, what are you doing next weekend? He's like, I don't know. I was like, you're gonna come open a show for me. He's like, I've never played a show. And I was like, good, perfect place to do it. Auburn, Alabama, in Mud Park.
Yeah.
Hey.
That was awesome, dude.
And it was,
We had a great time.
I mean, we did have a good time.
Yeah.
Kevin about drove back on 4 flats, and Yeah, we had a good time.
Dude, we got off stage and we were playing the show, done playing our last song or whatever. We got off stage and I come to my truck and I'm like, and both passenger tires are completely flat. We've just been sliding the trucks around doing donuts and mud got up in the rim and flattened both of my tires. So I had to drive on the tires up to get air in them. Like,
I didn't know that was a thing, to be honest.
What, mud in your rim?
Yeah, I think you would miss it. So, like, was you with me when we did, like, the lax at the mud park? Okay, I don't think you worked with me then. But that was kind of cool. I don't know if I knew the lax.
Yeah, I played a couple shows.
They were cool. And then,
Yeah.
Is it like the Mud Deer song? Who sang
That was Lenny Cooper. He's from town over from where I'm from.
Okay. So we did like my DJ company. We did like I think I opened for them as well and did some sound and lighting for the Mud Park in West Georgia. So that was pretty cool.
Sick, yeah.
A long time ago. So
Yeah.
That's tight.
I was always I love live music. Like I'm a DJ and but I love live music. I just I can't sing, but I love it.
It's fun.
I do karaoke,
That's definitely something different when it's as opposed to when you're listening to something on like the radio and like seeing it live. Because like for example, Treaty Oak, I freaking love Treaty Oak Revival. Everybody does right now. But the thing is, like, hearing their first album was great, and then they popped that second album like a year or so ago, and then finally getting to see them live, it's just like a whole different world because they're throwing beer and like jumping around on stage. It's such a good show. So sick.
Yeah.
And when you were saying earlier about when you make some music and then you get let somebody else hear it and they're like, this is not good. I mean, do you do you take that sort because everybody has different tastes, right? Everybody listens to something, they hear something different, right? So you might take that same track to somebody else and say, oh, this is gonna be a hit or something like that. You know what I'm saying? How is that how do you judge that? I don't know. I guess it's
I think one of the biggest things, if something, it's like being a songwriter, we've all got ideas on our phones and stuff that you just write down throughout the day when you get them. And you go into a write and you spitball these ideas and stuff like that. Somebody might be like, oh no, that sucks. Oh, that's good. This is good. Oh, you need to just delete that. But then you take that idea that somebody said, oh, delete this or just write this yourself, and you take it somewhere else, and it's one of the best songs you've ever written.
So piecing it together.
Yeah, that's the thing. It all depends on who you're writing with, because that was like a month ago we wrote together, and I can't even remember if that was an idea or if we just started spitballing it, but.
A lot of the stuff we've been doing has been a lot of spitballing. I know that song that Liam's about to do, he had that idea.
Yeah, that is right.
Okay, so most of them are like, I'll just start freestyling or you'll start freestyling.
No, that's what we did today.
Yeah, I'm a free baller.
It's tough to know when you finish. Appreciate that info. Brought to you by Haynes.
You better not stand up and prove it.
I think every time we finish a song, I feel like at least for the next 2 or 3 days, you're like, that's a badass song. I'm excited about that. Time can go by, you can kind of hit a point where you maybe adjust your evaluation of that song. But ultimately, people are gonna love what you do. People are gonna hate what you do. You gotta know that a big chunk of this is you're doing it for yourself, because we all started writing songs for the same 2 reasons: to deal with what was going on in our lives and girls. But eventually you gotta reach a point where you just gotta have a belief in yourself that there's a balance between doing something that people like and doing something that you're proud of. And something you're proud of is ultimately more important. Figuring out what other people like, we'll be famous someday and whatever. But until then, we'll continue to struggle with what we're proud of.
Facts. 100%. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes going with that, sometimes you hit a perfect little crossroad where you figure out how to pick people's brains musically and lyrically, and you're proud of this, and then you show it to somebody. I show all my stuff to my mom, My mom's very supportive. She likes hearing all my songs, but like, if I don't, she's going to say everything's cool, you know? She's going to like everything because she's so proud, this, that, and the other. But if I show the same thing to one of y'all might be like, oh yeah, that's cool. But then if it's something else, he might be like, dude, that is badass, you know? Like, it's that kind of thing. If it hits if it scratches a certain itch in your brain, you know.
I feel like y'all know, like y'all usually know it sounds good. Like most artists know when something, or because like my mom, like she wouldn't understand like what I'm talking about. But I get they love us, but like if you're not musically inclined, you don't really know what you're talking about. So I trust like my, you know.
Well, that's the beauty of community like this too, though, is you can take something, especially something freshly written that you're really excited about, and someone go, hey, like I hear what you're doing there. What if you just change this phrase here? Like the number of times somebody's just offered a tweak that made something a lot better, you know, and you're like, oh, yeah, that works, like, you know. Or sometimes it makes you, when someone challenges you, it makes you defend your work. And you're like, no, we wrote it this way on purpose because of this. And like, I don't know. It's all part of that, the beauty of the collaborative creative process is that you get something a lot better than what you just put out yourself.
And that's Nashville, right? Because like everybody's, because Kevin, you remember when you said you moved to Nashville, I was like, this motherfucker about time. Like, because like people, everybody's here. Is there anywhere else? Like, would you go? Like, is there another music city y'all would go to? Like, is it Nashville? Or
Texas.
Or Texas. Yeah, Texas.
Good
like that, or Austin, Dallas, or what?
Austin.
Austin.
You go to Austin? I don't know. I got a friend in Fort Worth, so we'd probably go to Fort Worth. That's where that. What's that guy? Coetzel's right?
Yeah.
Stuff. It's all over there and stuff. There's a big strip of music down there in that one little strip.
Well, he was staying. I can't remember where it was he was staying. I think it was Austin when he wrote Austin. It would make sense.
Yeah.
But you know, they moved there, and I think he said they were living in like their buddy's 1-bedroom apartment on the floor, and he like locked himself in the bathroom and wrote that whole song in like an hour or something like that. And
why do you lock himself in the bathroom?
Well, privacy.
I got you.
With the focus.
Yeah.
Sound reverberates off the tiles.
Exactly.
It really does, though. That's how I remember Kane Brown, how he got started in like a bathroom. Like he was literally in the shower with his guitar player.
So you know the secret bathrooms.
Yeah. Just in the tub.
Actually, I saw
This
this.
up with another guy. That's how you do it.
That's it. Splish splash. I'm taking a bath. Oh, that's where it came from. Oh my gosh, I didn't think about it. But I mean, people find inspiration in different places, right?
Yep.
And that's why, I love Kevin. I love country music. Like,
Yeah.
I just love. I don't know. I'm from a small town. And I just grew up, you know, I had a little golf cart back in the day. We'd just be up and down, jamming out on, no, I wasn't Richmond. I just had a little golf cart. But, you know, my mom made it work for me. But I just I don't know, I just fell in love with it.
Heck yeah.
Johnny's daddy, taking
I sang that one last night, dude. I forgot.
Like, I'm young. I'm about like 14.
I poured my
They're
whole
playing
ass
the
in
Johnny,
this
like,
You're at Walmart like
Mom, I'm
yeah.
take a bar.
It's one of the few genres that still tells stories or talks about life in a real way, and it's the storyteller genre. Gives you that opportunity to really connect with people more so than just, I mean, love pop, love rap, love different genres, but
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the most vulnerable genre. Like you can kind of open up and talk about stuff
Anything.
that hurts. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my favorite.
Even if it's like nonchalant and you can mask it, but then again you can be blatant with it, and it can still be the same thing and touch those same feelings and nerves and stuff, you know.
Because the things we all go through, everybody goes through. I think that's why they, you know, we feel it. Because like, damn, like I just got broken up with, like, or damn, I bet, you know, I was sitting there, you know, selling some terms at the fight, you know. Like that's what I look up to, like, especially y'all. I love that shit. Like I see, like, just being at the bars like this weekend, just seeing the talent and just the, because I know, you know, there's practice that goes into this too as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't just show up at a, you know, and just be ready to play. I mean, mentally and just I know you're talented, but it takes practice. Is that right?
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
You
what-
still get
what-
nervous when you're on
Right.
stage too, man.
Oh yeah.
What are some things y'all do to like kind of get ready for a show?
That.
Playing contract shows.
Playing
I mean,
other shows?
yeah, it's all practice, but you learn it all. I mean, I'm sure we can all think of experiences. We don't have to share those experiences, but you're on stage and you're like, I wish they'd just pull me off now. Like, this is bad.
Yeah.
You know, but you cut your teeth kind of coming up and playing wherever people will let you. And, you know, whether it's friends or family telling you to shut up, eventually people start like, hey, can you play this? And, you know, I don't know. It's not necessarily the same as like I don't think like pro athletes where like you have this pregame ritual where every time you do stuff a certain way. I mean, hell, half the time here it's just trying to get there through the Nashville traffic and be on time.
Yeah, dude.
That's true.
That's
Like,
fun.
Then trying to find parking. I'm sure.
Yeah, without paying
I saw
for
somebody
gas.
I saw somebody wheeling something down there.
Yeah.
Do you pay
Yeah,
for
I'm so
parking?
counting the
Yeah, I think you do pay for parking.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like they need to pay for that.
Yep.
I think the hardest part's the first words that come out of your mouth. Like when you go on stage, like once you get past that, you're doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
But the hardest part is definitely like I'll play through an intro probably 4 or 5 times before I start singing because I'm up there like freaking out. But people are like, oh my god. There's nothing worse than playing like
It's called building anticipation.
there's
Yeah,
nothing
like-
worse than playing like a restaurant bar, and you start like during like dinner hour, and you know you're about to ruin like family dinner for a lot of people by just playing in the corner.
Yeah,
So
dude. Some
once you
people don't like it.
Oh,
they hate it.
But once you
No,
get, once you get
I played this one place.
It's not they hate what we're doing. It's just
Yeah.
they're all like my parents, and they're like, I just can't hear. Can they turn it down? It's
Oh,
like,
I get that
well,
all
if
the
I turn it down, like sure you're 10 feet away, but there's people 40 feet away that might tip me. Like,
Thank
I
you.
gotta
Thank you.
hear this.
Thank you.
There's one place that I go to, and I play there during the summertime most of the time, and I sit right by the door that leads to the patio, and I'll see people come in, they'll go sit at their table, and then I'll be playing for like 10 minutes, and then they'll get up and they'll go sit outside and eat out there the whole time. And I'm like, and they'll like wave at me or be like, you know, while they're going by, I'm like, dude,
That's how you know they feel bad.
I know what you're doing. Come on.
If you ever want to see a magic trick, what you do is you show up, you set up, you scan the audience, you turn your sound system on, strum a chord.
Watch them
Watch 'em
disappear.
go.
Okay, finish your beer, honey. Actually, don't finish it. Actually,
Oh, yeah,
don't.
Just leave it. Just
Let's
leave it.
check.
But those are the people you want to
Yeah,
leave
check this.
because they usually let people in after that are wanting to hear.
Wanting to hear,
music.
yeah.
Well, that's the overall greater struggle we're all involved in too. Is that we do this because it's what we love, but now it's trying to figure out how to get other people to care.
Yeah.
And I
Yes.
feel like they don't take us as serious like when we're playing those kind of bars, like we're in the corner. Like, I mean, for example, like one Friday night I could be playing anywhere with somebody, and then like the next night I'm playing this corner, just background music. And
At a
this
pizza
guy-
restaurant.
You know, this guy right here, he's cutting his teeth, and like the night before I was playing for like 3,000 or 4,000 people, and it's like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing too. Though it doesn't matter until it matters. And like Cameron Marlowe put out a song a couple of years ago, I think it was, and one of the lines is like, I think it's like they beat you down. I can't remember it word for word, but it talks about basically just not caring, but they want to hitch your ride when you take flight.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's, you know, when you finally get a little something going, everybody's like, oh yeah, this dude right here, this guy, you know, people from back home are like, oh yeah, we did so and so back in high school. You know?
We hung
Like,
out
dude,
with that guy.
I haven't fucking heard from you in 10 years.
I used to buy Pop-Tarts from that
Yeah,
guy
dude.
in middle school.
I saw this picture.
I sold Pop-Tarts in
Did you really?
Yeah, dude. I sold for $1.
Oh shit!
I would go to Dollar General and I would buy the packs of Pop-Tarts, and I would take like 4 or 5 boxes in my book bag, and I would sell them for $1 a piece.
It's kind of
Hustling.
Got to.
I'd make $2 on a box of Pop-Tarts, you know?
That's crazy. Some good marketers.
Hey, I tried. Then we went to high school and they had vending machines. So.
And that your competition. That's it.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah, dude.
Tim is in there unplugging.
I tried. I'm plugging them.
Yeah, this one's broke.
But I got some Pop Tarts.
Yeah, I got Pop-Tarts.
What you want?
It's like retiring your old locker.
Body temperature warmed.
Did you ever watch Ned's Declassified?
Yeah, dude, the kid had
But like I said, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes in the music industry, right? What are some, some things that fans wouldn't really understand that y'all go through?
Sound checks, and dude, I'm telling you, you could be sounding the best that you've ever sounded playing a show, but if the sound sounds like crap, it does not make any difference whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't get that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think, if we haven't all been asked this at some point, you will get asked, you like, man, like, why haven't we made it yet? Like, what's And I think the biggest thing people don't realize about the music industry is how rigged against you it really is. And this is a really depressing take probably because we're all in this for the love of like what we create. But when it comes to actually getting a label or a publishing deal or whatever, they do not want to sign new people. They want to keep funneling songs to the names that you know because it's cheaper. They don't have to pay to promote that. They want to keep... they'll rotate one or two new people in every year or so and see who takes off. But like it is all incredibly rigged against you. So moving here and chasing a dream like this is, you really gotta love it because it'll try to beat the love for it out of you. It'll try to get you to quit and go home. And it's literally just, they say it's a 10-year town, and that's not really because it's 10 years to make it. It's because most people wash out before they ever hit 10 years. Most people quit and go home or start having a family and decide that's more important, which is not a bad choice to make, but to actually stick it out and let the recipe of, do you have talent? Can you sing? Can you play? Can you write? Whatever. Are you in the right places, meeting the right people? And then do the stars align? Does luck play in at the right time? You're in the right place and you meet the right people where things can happen for you. Because every story you hear about any artist making it is different. There's no set way to make it. There's, especially with the evolution of social media and TikTok and all that stuff, like there's no set way to make it. It's just try again, get told no, get told you suck, get told go home. And eventually someday somebody's like, hey, we got this opportunity.
Yeah.
Would you like to, whatever? Oh, well, hell. And all the gigs you play before where people ignore you, go sit on the patio, whatever, like blow you off. That's all preparation for that, where you are grinding it out, cutting your teeth, whatever, building your shops, whatever you want to call it. But for that one chance, or that everything lines up for you.
And that's
for a lot of
still,
people, it doesn't.
yeah, and that's kind of, it's the same thing with really any business. You've got to fail to win. Like you've got to be determined, and even if you get curb stomped, in the worst ways, you got to be able to get back up and keep pushing and kind of use it as a lesson. Be like, okay, so this didn't work. Let me try this. All right, this didn't work. What if I did this? And like just changed it a little bit. It's the same thing with writing a song too. If something doesn't flow off the tongue, you're like, oh, that's crap. Let's just tweak it a little bit and see if this is, something that would work.
Right.
I feel like just selling yourself as a person to people, like being in town, I've found that like you really like make friends, just don't meet people, like actually meet them and like let them know the kind of person you are, and like you find out the kind of person they are because you build these relationships, and in 10 years you don't know who's going to be big and if they're going to bring you with them or if they're not. And that's what you got to make those relationships and make them last and stuff, and write music now, because if you release a song this year, in 10 years and he blows up in 10 years or whatever, or they blow up or whatever happens, that song's still going to get listened to. So that that's still, who wrote this song with them or who did this, and that's where you start getting your pub deals, or you get included in the rights at Sony or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you got to come up together, definitely.
yeah,
That's
just make friends and have a good time while you do it, because
That's yes about different cities. We might try this, like try chasing music in, but I've had friends from New York that moved to LA before moving here. Like, this is the most communal oriented of the major like music cities to live in. Is we're all rowing the boat the same direction. So you get in the boat and grab an oar or get out. Which I've seen people wash out that were looking to hustle the room, looking to just shake your hand and see who else is more important they can go talk to after they're done with their 10 seconds with you. And the biggest thing is like, no, we're all in this together. So like, offer a hand up to somebody that's behind you. Don't be too proud to take a hand out from somebody who's doing better than you. Like, you gotta be humble enough to know that nobody makes it on their own. Nobody's an island, and the mentality of the music community here is usually pretty solid as you start making those relationships.
Yeah, you find a group of guys that you like, and you know, I have a few groups. I like everybody. You know,
You're friendly guys.
These aren't those people for me. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Like I met Ben through a totally different group than I met Justin, but I knew Chris before I knew Ben.
But it's all about networking.
Yeah, it's all about networking and putting everybody in the same room. You know what I mean? Bring this group and collide them with this group because these guys are cool. These guys are cool. You bring them together. You never know what you can create.
Right.
You know, when everybody meets everybody.
Genuine, like those genuine connections.
Yeah.
Right. Actually, not just like I hate when you talk about like for me, I go to a lot of business networking events, right? But it's more about I always hated those ones like, hey, what do you do? Hey, what do you do? What do you do? Then go to the next one. Hey, what do you do? Like trying to see who can help me. You know what I'm saying? So like the groups that I try to be a part of is something like we hang out outside of this now. You know what I'm saying? We go drink together. We go do
exactly
because that's where the real magic comes in because you never know when my skills gonna be needed or they're gonna tell somebody about when I'm not there they're gonna tell somebody about me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'm telling somebody about them. If I know my buddy does this, hey, you need a good plumber, my buddy does this. Or you know what I'm saying? Then with y'all, it's like you said, you're on the come up together. You know what I'm saying? Like at any point in time, something can hit off. And if I'm going eventually, hey, you gonna go too as well. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really cool. And I mean, but like that's something that you gotta be very intentional about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
Can't be in it to fuck people over.
Nope.
There's people that do it.
No,
But
it's the way you're raised too. A lot of the times, you know what I mean? Like, if you're raised up like you treat people how you want to be treated and stuff like that. Usually, you can meet people that are the same. Like, I don't want anybody screwing me over. I don't want to screw you over either. You know what I mean?
The mentality difference too of like just because someone else made it doesn't mean like that was your shot and somebody else took your opportunity. Like, if somebody starts getting success coming their way, it's like, hell yeah, like good for you. My turn's coming. Like, it's like waiting in the DMV. Like their number man got called, my numbers, I'm still in line. Like it doesn't mean that it demeans you. Like you still got to celebrate other people doing well because that's if you're around people that are all starting to succeed, like you're in the right company. Rising tide raises all ships kind of thing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Has the business side of the music industry, has that something that y'all had to learn along the way, like contracts or marketing, all that kind of stuff?
Marketing is hard.
It is.
Posting every day, like
knowing
post.
like how to fill out W-9s.
Okay, so I'm gonna put y'all on. I'm gonna put y'all on some game right now. I pray to God that y'all are putting this under an LLC, all the stuff that y'all doing, all the stuff that you're buying. Because y'all, like, you're a business. Like, your brand is a business, right? Yeah. So if you file this under your personal taxes, you're missing out. You're buying guitars. You're buying equipment. You're buying lighting. You're going to shows. You're parking. All that stuff is write-offs.
Yeah.
Period.
Definitely.
All of it. Hell, tonight, this is a write-off. Hey,
I know it
food.
writes off going to a movie because you never know what that movie's going to lead to an idea for something.
Also, technically, when we go to play golf, I always write off the receipts from because technically you're networking.
Right.
On a technicality.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, use that. Like, you need to have it on your Kevin Moon LLC. All this stuff. You're buying these. These are write-offs at the end of the day.
Production.
Hey, yes, sir. Moonman Production.
That's mine.
What?
I'm Moonman Production. Productions.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so think about stuff like that. Hopefully, if y'all ain't thought about that, I love just looking at all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sponsored by Slim Jim.
I've been talking like the past couple of weeks. Management's been that I kind of just got with. They've been trying to talk me into doing an LLC, but like when it comes to the business aspect of it all, I'm just like, because like I went to college for business. I did 2.5 years, and I was a freshman for 2 of those years. So like I'm not the business guy, you know. I failed accounting like I think 2 times, 2.5, maybe something. I don't know, but
5th-year freshman.
yeah, dude. I'm your boy. That guy on there that was like in 8th year on Marshall. That's me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, just stuff like that. It's
I ain't saying nothing. I dropped out of college too, brother.
hey, ain't no shame in it.
I didn't go to college.
I gave
You
up
came out
college.
good.
I wanted to work, dude.
I got 2 degrees. I don't use either of them, but I have them.
Heck yeah, dude.
A wall art.
Can we vape in here? That was my house.
Get him out of here. Get him
Get him out of here.
Golly, too many lunch boxes.
No, I only had one today.
But like you didn't. But you didn't.
Lunchboxes are good.
Lunchbox are good.
Sponsored by Ben. Whatever this is.
We're gonna cut that because we can't put.
Oh yeah.
YouTube is strict.
Sponsored by the Special Olympics.
Yes.
Special Olympics.
Dang.
Can't believe it.
God.
We're getting canceled.
Well, you're right.
To make ice cream.
That's hilarious.
Dang.
That's funny. I had some stuff I was about to say, but I forgot. Oh god. So like, that's crazy, man. So that does like the business stuff. Even so for me, like when I'm DJing, right? Like I didn't know I was gonna have to do like marketing and like contracts and like talking to clients and then setting this up and like. And that's why, like, I tell my people, like, it's hard to like do the business and try to do the like stay focused on your art, because like I mean, because it's a business at one point.
Yeah.
Eventually, I know you'll get managers or whatnot. Eventually, is there like is there a certain time when you start like is there do you start off looking for a manager, or is it you got to get into like a is there a certain level?
Depends on who you are. Some people fall into just like you may meet somebody and they're like, yeah, I'll manage you or something. But, like, some people are actually out paying, looking for people signing contracts where they get 20% or 10% or 15% or whatever.
Just depends on what you like your situation essentially. Because you can have somebody that I mean, there's got to be some people out here like getting people into bars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
there are. There's like, but it's more companies here that
But
yeah.
I mean, I think we've all probably had a manager at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've never had a manager.
I am a manager.
yeah,
So
I'm doing a terrible
I'm
job.
kind of.
Mr.
I had a manager for a while, and then I was like going through finances, and I was like, why is he making more money than I am? You know, it's like after because he gets paid like they get their 20% up top. That's before you have to pay your band, travel, all those expenses, and then like you're looking at what you made, and you're like, I'm just gonna keep my 20% and book these shows myself. Which has like a positive, negative thing because now you're limited on what shows you can get.
There's only so many hours in a day too, where you
that's the thing.
between trying to work,
we all work. It's like I'll be trying to send emails like throughout the day.
Hey, virtualassistant.com, hit us up. Sorry.
take it.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, shows are hard.
Well, you never know. I mean, like some places want you to email, some places you get them on social media, some places you got to call, and like it's sending stuff out for every, I don't know, 30, 60 emails you send, you get 5 or 6 replies maybe. Like it's a lot of swing and a miss for a lot of what is it, motion for not a lot of forward progress.
That's the thing. But a lot of that, I think, the best kind of situation to be in is not necessarily going out and looking for management yourself, because then it not necessarily puts an X on your back like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, I need help. But you'll have all these people coming at you and like messaging you and be like, I heard you're looking for this, I heard you're looking for that, let me help you. And it could just be some guy in some town that doesn't know anything about anything but thinks he knows. But I think the best situation is like do your thing, grind it out, put yourself out there, and then people will come to you, and then you can kind of look at their credentials and see what they can do for you and what you can do for each other, you know? And like with the show thing, it makes it a lot easier having some, like, for instance, if I was going to book a show on email and a place sees Justin at justincorleymusic.com, you know, and they read the email and they see, oh, I'm Justin, you know. If you have somebody else that's like blank at soandso.com, you know, you have a representative, it makes you look more kind of legit, you know, in a sense.
I know people that have a different name for a different account.
Yeah.
It's them. It's the artist.
Yeah, it's them,
like,
but they make a
this
separate.
Is Carrie at, you know,
and it works.
I think that's good.
It works. Dude.
Or support, or but you know, it can come to your save inbox.
That's the thing. It is, but
I think that's crazy.
Yeah, it works.
I've done it.
Hey, we've all done it. Hey, I did it back in the day.
I have the same email in my note that I copy and paste.
Every time?
I'll copy it and I'll paste it to like my personal email or like to my music email. And then I'll copy and paste it to the work email for this company that is representing me. And I'll just go change the I's to my artist. You know. My client. Yeah.
Sounds really nice on paper.
Yeah.
You should really check this guy out.
It's all about perception, right? Really? Like they see, you know.
And first impressions.
But I did have somebody call one time like, hey, is this Jake? And I'm like, no, I think you got the wrong number.
You're like, oh shit, wait.
From State Farm?
What are you wearing?
Shit, I'm in jeans.
Like, fuck, I forgot who I am. Who am I today?
That was Jake.
You gotta start thinking like that India customer service. I'm Roger today.
I'm Roger today. Oh, man.
Who do you want me to be?
Dude, Chubby was woke up like 2 weeks ago to me just screaming at this random number that kept calling me, but it would be a different number every time. Like, you would block one, and then it'd be a different number, but it'd be the same person calling.
Oh, Jesus.
And they were like, hey, is this Mary? And I'm like, dude, it's not Mary. Quit calling my phone.
When is a time in your life you felt like I've made it? Like, this is it? It was just life-changing for you. Like, have you had that? I know there's been a moment. It could have been y'all just now getting into it. Like, what was that moment for you, Chris?
I'd say right after COVID, I got into this, like, it's called Backyard Mud Fest. It's like a mud park event, like, whatever. And, you know, I went from barely playing shows to, I was opening for Colt Ford, a few shows, Craig Campbell, The Wax, Trey Lewis, all those guys. And I was like, man, I'm actually doing it. And like my hometown was like, this dude's blowing up, dude. And then it stopped.
That's how she goes.
Yeah.
But hey, it was a hot. You did. You got it.
Yeah. I was like, man, I'm making it, dude. Like, you know, you get out on the road and like once you get somewhere and they have a list of like what you got to do that day, you're like, oh, this is it, dude. And they're like, hey, you want to go on the bus? You're like, oh my god, I'm on the bus, dude. Like, this is so good. And then like, then it just it's over. But you know, you meet a lot of people. I will say, like, probably like 80% of my fan base is still sticking with me from like those times. Like Mississippi is like my spot, which is crazy. Being from Georgia, like I go to Mississippi and it's like security, like it's crazy, it's fun. Yeah,
that's crazy.
But it's from like all that stuff. And yeah, that's probably the biggest I ever felt. And hasn't been like that since. But it was a fun year. It was a good year.
It comes in waves.
Yeah, it'll happen again. But
oh yeah.
But I can't say there's ever a moment where I felt like I made it because still quite a long ways off from that. But I think anytime you come across somebody who is, you don't know how they know you, but they know your music before they like meet you. That's when you're like, oh,
yeah, that's cool.
Well, that like you don't know like my aunt or like my cousin. Like, wow, this is somebody's heard my music. Like, this is a great day. Sounds kind of pathetic, but it is what it is.
Nah,
No,
dude,
you been real.
That's a
That's
badass
true.
feeling.
No, that's true. yeah.
Definitely.
I know people use our songs and like their videos on like TikTok and stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody used our Waffle House song
Yeah,
earlier.
they
on
did
TikTok.
today. I don't know who that was.
Heck yeah.
Did you know who that was?
No.
Yeah, I was like,
Do you know who it was?
mm-mm.
Oh, see?
But she's
Hell
just
yeah.
throwing sugar over her shoulder
Yeah,
at
I
the people
saw
behind
that.
her. I was like, that's kind of rude, but thanks for listening to my song. You know?
Yeah.
Waffle House is a place of love, man.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Unless it's a place of war, and then
It's
That-
fun.
don't go up to a waitress.
No, in
Never.
Atlanta, it's a place of war.
You can't even go in at night at Atlanta. You can't. They have a window at night. You can't go to the window. You cannot
Go only now.
You cannot go inside at night, which is great.
But to go to many Waffle Houses, California, that's fuck, dude.
Me and Shelby were in like Madison, Georgia. We were coming back from a friend's house one night. We pulled into this Waffle House. And we had to go up to the door and pull on it, and it's locked. So the guy, like the cook, he comes over and unlocks the door. He lets us in, locks it back. He's like, "I'm only letting you two in." And I was like, Shelby's like, things like, you know. I was like, KJ booked this place out for me, you know, it's gonna be nice.
It's
Little
romantic.
private date at Waffle House. So the cook's like, I'm like, what's going on? Where's all the waitresses? She's like, dude, they were fighting. They were like throwing hands. So I had to send them home.
Were the waitresses fighting each other?
Yeah.
They were just training.
Yeah. They were just training.
That's all it is.
Yeah, they were just sparring.
Yeah.
Well, we talking about Waffle House.
It's-
We talking about Waffle House real quick. You made a song. Y'all made a song about Waffle House, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what was the inspiration right there? It's just like,
Dude,
In the name.
it was a phone call. It was a phone call, right?
It was a FaceTime, right?
I had a different idea.
Yeah.
And Chris had he was like, I like your idea, but what if we said take it to the house, but not as a touchdown, going to Waffle House. And I was like, dude, I put a Waffle House earlier. He was like, I just left Waffle House. I
It was like meant to be.
Yeah.
Golden
we-
ransom note in the
It
sky.
was one of those so we all write songs. We all know songs can take an hour to weeks, months to come back and finish them. 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah.
It just fell out.
And half of it we were
But when you're talking about what you love, you know.
Yeah.
That's inspirational.
Yeah, I don't know, it just fell out and then.
Which is proof we're from Georgia,
Oh,
because if you look at the map of Waffle House where they have locations, Georgia has over 400.
Oh, yeah.
The next closest state is 250.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could drive through Georgia, stop in the middle of nowhere, and there's a Texaco and a Waffle House.
Dollar General too.
Yeah.
but it's the place that never closes. It
Never,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. Were they closed for the snow
No,
stuff?
they were. We went.
Unless it's super bad. I think they have a scale. If something's really
Yeah.
bad, they're going to close. They're
Yeah,
going to stay open.
That's
for
when
much
you worry, honestly.
Yeah.
When Wahoo's closed,
We're going to war if Waffle House
Yeah,
is closed.
that's like the army getting fed steak and lobster, dude. You're screwed. If Waffle House is closed, pray.
Look, I promise, if the Russians invade, Waffle House will stay open.
Yeah, dude. That's
Keep
gonna
the
be one
rednecks in
of.
Florida.
There's gonna be outposts at the Waffle House. They're gonna barricade the damn doors.
What do y'all got to do? We're going southbound.
Have y'all ever had the steak at Waffle House?
No, my dad used to go and get it.
It's balling, dude.
Is it?
It's
Yeah,
great.
my
Yeah.
grandfather used to complain about it because my dad, they would go eat together, and my dad would always order a T-bone. He's like, no matter, he's like, we could go to Waffle House and your dad would order a T-bone. It's like, I didn't even know Waffle House had T-bone.
Right, I didn't get that.
It's like a 1/4-inch thick T-bone,
That is
but it'll
hilarious.
change his
Steak
life.
is
That is
Zero
hilarious.
But that song would have never saw the light of day if it wasn't for TikTok.
TikTok, yeah. We literally played a show at Moonshiners, and then we left and we were at Waffle House, and Chris was like, let's do a video real quick. And we did. We posted the video up, and
Blew up.
yeah, 2 days later, Chris called me. He's like, dude, have you seen the video? And I'm like, no. And it just blew up, dude.
Then we just hurried up and recorded it. Took too long, I think.
Yeah.
But still, we got it
I
out.
feel like if we would have had it ready to go that day we posted that video and it got out, it would have done a lot more streams, but we still got it out in a month. That was pretty quick though. We did recover
That's one of the biggest pains in the butts of learning music the hard way is you do stuff whether you drop a full EP at one day and you should have broken that up into a one single every month and a half or all these different things. You're like, man, if I could have gone back, I might actually have a chance at making it in music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you you got to be careful, like promoting some stuff, because if it does take off and you're not ready,
Yeah.
You're gonna mess
it
it up.
Yeah. That's kind of, we learned that on the Waffle House. Thankfully, Waffle House kind of jumped on with us and
hit us up.
but
Free waffles for life.
yeah, I think Kevin posted a video of him twerking on a Waffle House sign, and
Yeah,
they
they
did
did
not
not
like
like that at all.
They're like, "Can y'all please remove that video?"
Oh, that's crazy. They
My
had
legs
that. They,
are up on the sign.
they had that much. Like
He's
they,
like
they
watching,
look. They watching
yeah.
now. Like they
Yeah.
were watching.
Kevin was full handstand twerking on a Waffle House sign.
Do we have the video? Can we show that?
Yeah, we do have video.
We
We
still
do.
have video.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Just for this podcast.
Yeah, we'll clip it in there. Clip
That
it.
is hilarious.
This is Kevin. That's when I put the video right here.
Yeah. Yeah, the video's here.
Yeah.
And then you'll pop it up.
Click this link.
I like that. I'll do that. So that's funny.
Also, I didn't realize since we posted this on how many people don't know about like Waffle House sauce.
Waffle House
Well,
sauce.
that's that's a revolution. Even for a long time, Waffle House. I showed my brother Waffle House sauce like 2 weeks
You don't know
ago.
about Waffle House?
No,
Dude, Shelby
What
loves
is
it.
that?
It's like a
Get your patty melt.
Thousand Island.
Get your patty melt and put the Waffle House sauce on it. Your life will change forever.
But what is it?
It's like a
Spicy
special
Zack sauce.
Yeah, a special sauce.
Yeah, it's in that special sauce.
So it's on the packet. Doesn't know how many calories are in it, but
I
That's
tell
how
you,
you
it's
know.
also you bring a few packets home, put it on a hamburger.
oh dude, I put it on. I get like a ham and cheese omelet, put it on there. I get like a chicken biscuit, put it on there. It goes on everything.
I mean, if we're on the Waffle House kick,
It's kinda like
go
Zack
to
sauce.
Waffle House.
Oh,
order.
okay.
Go to Waffle House
Isn't
order.
it?
Yeah,
Does it
go
taste
to
like
Waffle
Jack
House
sauce?
order.
A little bit. It's a little spicy.
Go to Waffle House order.
I'll
Are we
need some of
sober?
Are we sober at Waffle House? or-
Right.
Oh, drunk Waffle House
Yeah.
order. I get a Texas bacon patty melt
Yeah.
with onions. I don't know why they ask. Plain hash browns. I'm gonna douse it up with ketchup, and then I get like a chicken egg and cheese biscuit on the side.
Ooh.
And a plate of pickles. She gets a plate of
Oh
pickles.
yeah, you gotta play the pickle.
Like by a plate, I mean like she gets a handful and like. It's just like
What do you do? What do you do with the pickle?
he eats them.
Put them on the sandwich. And the biscuit.
He's just like one at a time. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm a sausage, egg, and cheese grip bowl, add bacon and hash browns, mix that stuff up, drizzle a little bit of syrup and some Waffle House sauce on it.
Mhm.
Good to go.
I'm a Texas bacon, egg, and cheese melt with double bacon, double egg in the sandwich, and then cheese on my hash browns. And
Damn.
it's about in a coffee. It doesn't matter what time it is. I get a coffee. If it's 1 o'clock in the morning, the other day I got one at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's a bad idea. I didn't go to bed till like 6 a.m.
Drink wise, vanilla Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Well, then, I guess I'm a basic bitch. I get the All Star. But
That's
the
what
thing-
I get.
That's the thing, dude.
I remember
Like,
my first Waffle House.
so it's, I mean, yeah,
It sounds like
whatever.
he doesn't know about Waffle House.
No, but the trick is, I love hot stuff, dude.
Okay.
Like I love hot sauce, so I douse my shit in hot sauce.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't. You got to bring your own hot sauce. You can't use Tabasco. 'Cause
So I
Tabasco
bring our beer,
sucks
he brings
ass.
his own hot sauce.
That's the thing. Dude.
That's
They
funny.
have Cholula now.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact.
Hard.
Sounds
No,
like-
Tabasco sucks
Cholula.
ass, and I'll down that hill.
Also, I'm about to go.
So you just have in your pocket.
Yeah,
just
dude,
have
a little bottle.
That's what
you know,
I'm actually-
you know, so I've seen some people
Kinda like
down the
Elf
holster.
pulls
I want to see you next
Come
time.
on, dude.
You know, how Elf pulls out the syrup. It's kind of like him with the hot sauce.
I mean,
That's
it
hilarious.
is.
Yeah.
That ass.
Shameless plug. If you want your food to taste better, just turn on Take It to the House on the jukebox.
Yeah.
Is it in every
It's
jukebox?
on every jukebox.
There's that.
I
Really?
mean,
Any Touchstones jukebox.
Under
Even
Waffle Records.
Yeah.
I looked. I struggled to find it the other day. I don't want to rain in the parade, but I did look for it.
Damn, dude.
It's not hard to find. Just click Waffle Records.
Waffle House.
Is
I
that?
typed in "Take It to the House." I couldn't find it.
I thought that needs to be rewards to you, like every time that's played at the wall. Or is
We
it,
get
I was going to put a 20 in and play it.
We
It
get
should take
royalties
time
from
to
it.
just annoy everybody.
Every time it gets played, they stack
Yeah.
one waffle on the counter, and it just goes up every stream.
Well, me and Kevin are such good guys. We donate all our money to the starving kids in Africa.
That's
thank
nice.
you. Thank you.
we
You
donate.
can donate here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like.
Rare.
If you put my Venmo where you're pointing, that'd be great.
Hey.
It's going to Chris.
Dang.
It's going to Chris. Chris, we were talking earlier about the story. I want to hear about the story about you running. Was it naked on this field?
Was not naked.
He's like, you naked, huh?
I went to the 2021 national championship game, Georgia and Alabama in Indianapolis, and Contrary to popular belief, was sober when I ran on the field. I was not sober going into the stadium, but had 4 quarters of football to sober up, and I was like, 41 years. Why are we not on the field? Like this, Georgia never storms the field. I mean, those hedges really protect it, make it tough to do, but also like, this is the championship. We're Lucas Oil. This is easy. Like, there's not even hedges to get over. We went down to the level where you could get on the field. They had security all around it, but I was like, I asked all the like students that were students, like, why are you guys not on the field? They're like, we'll go if you go. I was like, I don't believe it. But I just handed my jacket to my buddy, and I was like, jumped the wall, took off, got to midfield before they got a hold of me. And then they put me in a holding cell for 20 minutes and gave me a 24-hour stadium ban, but it was absolutely worth it.
Only 24 hours, though?
Yeah.
So no tickets.
What the hell, dude?
No charges.
Clothes were on. I was sober. I did not interrupt TV time, and I think all 3 of those things really helped. And I was very compliant once they got a hold of me. Like, if you see the video, I made it to midfield, and as soon as they get a hold of me, I'm like, all right, I'm coming with you. Like, I'm gonna behave, and like. Even the officers, when they were taking me to the holding cell, I was like, I get that you want to like keep a hand on me, but you guys don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I know that I'm caught. Like, we're good.
Yeah. Then like, he takes off running again.
I got midfield, right? I had 50 yards of just outright.
So what was your plan?
Plan?
Yeah, he gets on the field. He's like,
I thought people were gonna follow me, but apparently I'm
It's
not.
like gonna beeline it to the middle, so you're just gonna do like I don't know. Like
I just figured, Georgia fans understood this was our time, so I took off.
I wish I was
They did haul me out the one tunnel surrounded by Georgia fans, and that was maybe the greatest moment of my life. Just I had people that like knew me, like Wilson, what's up? And I'm like, hey, what's going on?
he's like, Ben Wilson.
They quit cheering for
Ben
the.
Wilson music.
Yeah. That's. I wish I'd capitalized on that better, but they hauled me out to this one tunnel, and like everyone quit cheering for the trophy presentation and started cheering for the guy who got arrested. I was like, yeah. I was talking about.
that's funny. I want to see that. Hopefully there's footage.
Oh, there's footage. You can watch the video here.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay. I can't wait to see it. All right.
I mean, I can pull it up now if we need to. But
Okay, looking back on y'all's journey so far,
Can you look on YouTube? Is it on YouTube?
I don't know.
it's gotta be.
It's on my socials. I can tell you that.
We'll look at it a little bit. We'll look at it a little
In
bit.
Wilson Country.
But
Maybe
real
Wilson
quick, looking back on y'all's journey, what's one piece of advice that you would have wished you knew then when you first started?
Don't believe what people tell you Nashville is, because they are freaking wrong. They are so wrong. Like, growing up, when you're all the time playing music around your small town, you get a lot of old heads coming up to you, and it's just the same old thing. Like, when you moving up to Nashville, and they're like, I know this person that did this and did this with this person that knows this person, and you get here and you're realizing that they are just full of shit. Like 100%. But I feel like if I could tell myself, I'd definitely just say, just go and learn what it is for what it is, and don't listen to what other people are telling you it is.
Slim Jim.
When you open your Slim Jim,
Sponsored by Slim Jim.
2 fingers firmly at the top.
Yeah, things I wish I would have known.
I mean, I'd say, honestly, the biggest advice anybody trying to do this is there's no recipe to making it, so just believe in yourself enough to do it. The hardest, part we talk about is like starting, but like all 4 of us like moved here because we did believe that it was at least worth taking a shot, and I think that's the biggest and most important step for anybody is take a shot on yourself. Because if you don't bet on yourself, who else is going to?
Yeah, I wish I would have done it sooner.
Yeah.
I'm 27. I just moved here, I think I'm hard on myself because of that. But at the same time, I feel like I've made pretty good progress since I've been here. I've met a lot of good people. That have been here for a little bit longer than I have,
I think everything happened at the right time.
Yeah.
Can't rush it sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
It lines up the right
Yeah.
way.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, I do think it's a timing thing. So I've been here 3 years this month. When I first got here, I was like, I gotta make it happen like now. And then I burnt myself out in like the first 6 months. And like now I'm like, I gotta go out more. I'm like, oh, I already did all that. But you really do gotta stay on it. But like
2 nights a week.
maybe.
I do good to do like once every 2 weeks.
2 nights a
3
week.
weeks, dude.
Come on, 2 nights a week.
I literally got to where like, I only come down here.
Yeah, dude, you can walk around.
I do. I can walk anywhere I want to.
Well, like y'all got. I mean, I feel like do y'all record y'all shows like every time? Like, I feel like think about it. If y'all just get like a little camera like this, and you said the TikTok thing, you just keep YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Well, TikTok probably get banned in a few, but they'll probably be back.
Yeah.
But
That's suck for a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to it in a way of like, and I don't know if y'all feel this way. We've been grinding for a while. And then you get people that post one video,
And it just
never played a
shoots
show in
out.
their life, and now they're like the thing.
Don't talk about babies or anything like that.
I like this.
that's hilarious.
Gonna have to edit that one out.
I hate it too.
I mean, it's good for them, but at the same time, you know, just people that have been doing it for 10 years are like, dang, kind of, you know.
Well, it's not a meritocracy.
It's not, but that happens for a lot more
that are
people, you know?
absolutely amazing that just never get any recognition.
What does that
Yeah.
word mean?
It's not merit based.
Ah, okay.
I mean,
It's
social media is like
sometimes
blessing
just
and
like
curse.
somebody's stupid video pops off.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
makes sense.
it's a TikTok song, but it's not a good song. And it's like, damn.
You take it to the house.
But you get, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, it can happen at any time. Like, there's anything that you're doing, you're out of the show.
It's a great song.
It's a great song, yeah.
It was a TikTok song.
It was a
Yeah.
TikTok song.
It's a
It
great
was a
song.
TikTok baby. We would have never put that song out ever.
I don't know, dude. We might have put it
We
out.
might end up-
Yeah, we might
Y'all
have
definitely would have put it
We
out.
might have put it out.
But it's like,
I still think we should do the remix, the Atlanta version. Get a rapper from Atlanta. Dude.
That would be
That'd
dope.
be
You know,
tight.
dude. You know somebody?
T.I.
No,
hits up.
Let's go. Okay.
We
Hey, I
text
do know-
T.I. real quick.
I do know security for. It's not Nelly. Ludacris. I know there's security guard for Ludacris.
be sick.
Ludacris would be cool, dude.
That would be dope.
That would be fun. And then Waffle House would definitely be on it.
Jermaine Dupree or somebody like that.
That'd
That'd be
be
dope.
wild.
That'd be dope.
We
I'm
get Jelly Roll on it. You think
Could be
Jelly Roll's banned?
Jelly Roll's
His song got banned on the
yeah, from Waffle House. He could rejuvenate.
Which one?
Huh?
He had a whole EP about like Waffle House, but it was a picture of Waffle House with like a pot plant and like whiskey bottles, and then Waffle House was like, they tried to sue him or whatever.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Because when we were putting it out and it blown up, everyone's like, ask Jelly Roll, they're gonna sue you, they're gonna do this,
Yeah, they did
this,
say
this.
that.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, got this email from Waffle House saying, we love the song, we want to, you know, like,
It was just positive light for
They
them,
were
right?
playing.
You know what I'm saying? I
And Jelly
don't.
Roll just need to get one of them Waffle House that has a couple letters burnt out on the side.
oh yeah.
Use that for.
Yeah.
It's not a copyright infringement if it's not spelled right.
Well, like when we
Yeah,
talked to
Waffle House.
the head of marketing from Waffle House, me and Kevin did on like a Skype call, and she was like, you know, this song embodies like what Waffle House is. Like we are a late night, like pretty much a drunk and go get your food kind of place. And
Yeah.
she's like, you guys hit it like spot on, and we're like, you know,
Every grand opening, every anniversary, y'all should be there.
We should.
Every time.
Honestly, I think
We
this
thought about
year.
doing
Wait,
that.
is it this year that we get
Waffle
invited
House
to the
Pop
Waffle
too?
Record thing?
yeah.
That's
We're supposed to get invited to like. So Waffle House holds like Waffle Records, and every year they do an award ceremony. And like if your song is like picked as the best Waffle House song, you get an award. So we're waiting because if I get invited to a
Wait.
Waffle House award,
That's
I'm
gonna be
wearing a yellow
Wait,
suit.
why aren't you guys?
I'm
Yes!
all yellow
Yes!
suit, dude.
Yes!
All
We're
yellow
talking about doing a Waffle House tour where we just go set up in like a truck bed
in a parking lot
Yeah.
or a
rent a Waffle
trailer.
House like across the country or whatever.
Yeah,
Just playing a show, but
just do it.
Yeah.
Can't would they have a problem with that? It might be
yeah.
might be the local people might. I mean the local like police.
I feel like-
guys in this Waffle Houses ahead of time. Be like, we're gonna do a little parking lot party at your Waffle House.
I feel like we should do like
Waffle
Tuesday
trucks.
nights, like a rant, like you know when Waffle House is not busy, and then to pack it out, and the waitresses probably wouldn't say anything. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I was at a Waffle House one time, and I turned the song on the jukebox, and I'm like sitting there eating, and I hear the chef go, "God, this song's so dumb." I was like,
Shit.
Yeah, and then you're signing menus at other Waffle
yeah. And then
Houses.
I go to another Waffle House like 2 weeks ago. They're like, you gotta sign this, and I'm like signing the menu, and they put it on the wall, and I'm taking pictures of like the cooks and stuff. So I mean,
But I feel like some people,
Different
I mean,
strokes,
they
yeah.
might not know about it yet. So you still got to put it out there more. Like there should be more posting about it.
Yeah, I do think we do need to market it better. We haven't been doing that.
Hey, virtualassistant.com. You know,
We
go ahead.
we do need to.
check it out here.
Yeah,
I want to
Watch video.
I want to be a company, so that's what we do. We do marketing and stuff. So
yeah.
here we go.
Okay.
I'm calling virtualassistant.com. I've gone to virtualgirlfriend.com.
I've never been there yet. That's a good
Assistant.
market. That's
Okay.
a good market.
Why is this lady robo?
Different site. Different site.
Dude, AI's gotten real, dog. You know.
What Cynthia and I have is real.
Siri, unloosen.
Oh god.
Jeez.
Siri too tight. Siri too tight.
On that note, Will Smith was right.
Yeah, can you imagine, like, with ChatGPT, you have to, like, tell it what you want. I want a firm grip on... like, I need you to go at 3 miles per hour.
No, I can't send this podcast to my parents.
Yeah, we're taking this out. We're taking this out.
Taking this out, we'll take it to the house.
Take it to the
Yeah.
and then we'll put that back in there.
Bye.
No, but
Seriously, let's see.
but that's the time, guys. I appreciate it for real. I mean,
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't, like I said, I don't get to come out here all the time, but like I said, my best friend just moved up here, so I'm trying to find some DJs in the area too to like start DJing, because we get invited to Chattanooga to do weddings and stuff. We do like weddings and corporate events and stuff. So I don't know if we're gonna do bars and stuff, but you know how I am.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, so
Yeah.
Tennessee. That's the only state like we ain't really focused on. So we're Alabama, Florida.
You still doing stuff in Panama?
Yeah, South Carolina. We're hitting Panama bigger again.
Heck yeah.
Pensacola. So
You need to check out Saltwater Revival with Panama. They usually get a DJ to come out and do all their events. They invited me down to it's called Saltwater Revival. They bring songwriters and stuff from Nashville and Alabama and all,
Okay.
and they'll bring them
I know
down.
he was doing some
Yeah,
stuff down there.
and they paid decent. They put us up in a place to stay.
That's
Like,
awesome.
it was nice. We had a good time. They hung out with us. It wasn't just music. We went out to the bars and drank with them after. Like the folks were awesome. So yeah, definitely check out Saltwater Revival. They're cool.
But no, so it's all like I said. This is all about networking, getting our message out there to people, letting people know who you are. That's the biggest thing. Let people fall in love with y'all for real.
Yeah.
I mean, but I feel posting is super important.
Yeah.
Like that's why we're doing this right here, because like you get to meet good people. Because other people are going through the same thing y'all are going through, so why not talk about it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Definitely.
and just because we're like nobodies, or I mean, that's not we are somebodies.
Yeah, we're peoples.
We all are. So, and that is only gonna kind of go up. So I mean, it's gonna keep pushing forward. But you gotta be out there. I feel like y'all trying to. Because it was hard for me to make content all the time. Hell, I'm always talking to people, so I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna set a camera up and or talk to, like when I'm on my meetings now, I set the camera up. Y'all doing y'all's practice, or y'all doing like a song write? Just throw $700. But it's worth it. It's worth it. You can do vertical, you can do the reels, or you can do. But I'm saying like, just set like whatever y'all doing. You ain't gotta make content. Just do the shit you're already doing. Y'all hanging out, like doing like bullshitting with writing and stuff. Like take the clips from that, and like that's the stuff that you put out there. That's behind the scenes. It's not all the glam and glory and shit. And like do the grind. People want to see that.
Yeah.
They want to see the grinding. That's what it's about, man. Like it gets me excited.
Kevin's got a video of a Waffle House side where he was grinding.
Grinding video right here.
I appreciate y'all, Justin. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, brother.
Kev, nice to meet you, man.
Always. Nice to meet you, bro. Known you for like 4 years, 5 years.
You Tiger Woods?
Chris,
Do you play golf? Yeah. When we golfing?
I suck at golf. Top golf.
We should go golfing. No, let's go to Top Golf. What time is it?
You must be in a different tax bracket.
Anything else you want to say to the camera before we get off of here?
Kevin Moon Music, go check me out. Just dropped a cool outlaw song. It's about running from the cops. That's cool. I wrote it. Me, Chris Chapman, and Chase Becker did it, and yeah, check it out.
Y'all go check me out. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, OnlyFans, YouTube. We've got it all. Justin Corley Music. It's all the same. You heard me right.
Free OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Free OnlyFans.
Free.
Also goes by the name Mike Honcho. Ben Wilson Country. Ben Wilson, Spotify, iTunes. Ben Wilson Country on all the socials. And Venmo.
If you feel like tipping,
Just
great
for a second,
podcast.
so-
You take donations, everybody.
Chris Chapman music. Give it a listen. It's all right.
To the wall house. I know.
Take it to the
House.
my kind
It's gonna go. We're gonna go out with that.
Like a heartbreak needs a heart when two lovers fall apart and they let go of the spark. I need you. I need you.
We'll show you that one big camera story right a little bit ago.
Oh, it's what you do to me. Oh, it's what you do to me.
Heck yeah, man. Fire.
Yeah, it can follow your face. It can follow your face too as well. If I put it on you or put it on myself.
So we're doing lunchbox shots. You take a light beer.
Like reels,
You take amaretto.
You
Any type's fine. We got the cheap one. You take orange juice. It's gonna be like a
Set this up and just go.
Yeah, it's not recording.
what?
He's talking to the camera over there. It's not recording.
It is recording, isn't it?
That one, yes.
Yeah, it's recording. It shows it's recording.
Yeah, this one's so
So what you do is you put the like a drop shot.
this is better than that one here.
So, what is this one with this time?
Amaretto. I've already told the camera.
Amarillo, but more.
Not amaretto. Amaretto. All right, Ben Wilson, here you go.
I don't know if I can do it.
Oh boy, it's easy, man. I just never
Oh.
played ever.
I've had.
So it's just a drop shot.
Live,
Drop it in.
bourbon.
This is supposed to taste like a Dr. Pepper. If it doesn't taste like the Dr. Pepper, then I'm sorry.
It's just a
Cheers.
Mr. Pepper.
Cheers, Justin. Cheers.
Cheers.
What are we doing?
I see where you're coming from with that. I think it's Mr. Pepper. He didn't quite get his doctorate, but you know.
I like the one
A
too.
Mr. Pepper shot.
I like the other one
Yeah,
better.
definitely.
I like the other one better.